Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 30th of June 2025 and looks like the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market, it has definitely pumped up over the weekend. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what is it that we have in the month of July? Because at the geopolitical level, things have definitely come down, isn't it? And who's to say we might have peace between Israel and Palestine as well? So things at the geopolitical level under the Trump administration are definitely looking promising. But so far as Bitcoin adoption is concerned, guys, the IMF or the International Monetary Fund, they are definitely not fans of it. There is a really interesting article that is published by Bitcoin magazine that shares case studies from different countries where the International Monetary Fund, they have either blocked or reversed Bitcoin adoption. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, definitely go ahead and read through this particular article. But what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what this article is all about, cause the article touches base on IMF stance against countries like Central African Republic, Argentina, El Salvador, Pakistan, and even Bhutan. Cause so far as Bhutan is concerned, guys, they have mined well over 12,000 Bitcoin. So what we'll do, guys, in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this particular article. But what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go ahead and read through the article yourself as well. Now the second news, guys, is connected to Vitalik Buterin, and he does have his own personal blog. And in his blog, guys, he has put forward an idea in the world of privacy, and he's come up with an idea called as pluralistic identity, and he's talking about zero knowledge proof. Although they are increasingly being used to protect identity, guys, there are a couple of drawbacks to it as well. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and share more information regarding this. And this begs this question, guys. Does this question that digital ID, do they pose risk even if they are ZK wrapped? So in today's episode, we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding this? Because look, guys, so far as privacy is concerned, there should always be some improvement as in when new technology kicks in, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Now the next news, guys, is connected to with the second biggest exchange that is called as Bybit. And they're allowing users to go ahead and buy cryptocurrencies using credit cards. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what are the fiat currencies that can be used so that you can go ahead and buy cryptocurrencies using credit card. Now the final news, guys, is in the world of stable coins. And since the last year or so, guys, the whole narrative regarding stable coins as well as tokenization has kicked in, isn't it? Now this news, guys, is more connected to a firm, I believe, in California. And they have launched a stablecoin support via the new Ball Connect productivity. And the reason is pretty simple, guys. They want to simplify cross-border payments, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. So we've got a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date series, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. Now the first news is connected to World Liberty Finance Token and a fund from United Arab Emirates called as Aqua One. They have announced a $100 million strategic World Liberty Finance government token purchase. And looks like they want to help shape and accelerate decentralized finance adoption. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss this. Now, so far as World Liberty Finance Token is concerned, guys, President Donald Trump's son, that is Eric Trump, he's actively involved in this, isn't it? So we definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. Now, the second news, guys, is connected to DOGE, but this is a different DOGE, and this is called as Department of Government Enablement, and this particular move is done by Abu Dhabi government, and the Abu Dhabi government, guys, they have announced Abu Dhabi Government Digital Strategy 2025-2027, and in doing so, guys, they have incorporated something called as DOGE, but this DOGE is different to the meme coin, as well as different to what Elon Musk used to have to go ahead and cut spending in the United States of America, isn't it? And this particular DOGE, guys, is called as Department of Government Enablement. So really interesting naming strategy, isn't it? So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. So we've got a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the Blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well. And Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys. They're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously. And they're focusing on 3 Ps. That is people, planet, and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the Statement of Corporate Social Responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE. So definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform. Check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now straight off the bat guys, if you look at the market sentiment, right now it is at neutral, and this is the time when the prices could either go up or down, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see guys, if you do get any geopolitical chaos, or maybe some geopolitical peace as well. And right now President Donald Trump guys, he's urging Israel to go ahead and make peace negotiations with Palestine as well, isn't it? And let's see guys, if we do actually get any of those news, then I'm pretty much sure there'll be direct impact on the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? And because of that guys, the market sentiment will be pumping up as well. And let's say guys, if the world is heading towards peace, then I'm pretty much sure it'll have a positive impact on the market sentiment, isn't it? And the market sentiment might be turning into greed as well. And if that thing happens guys, I'm pretty much sure the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be pumping up. Now if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, right now it is at $3.46 trillion. But since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 0.7%. So it looks like guys, over the weekend, particularly on Saturday, there was a lot of buying going on, isn't it? And if you look at the ETF inflows, today it is at $578.71 million. Now just a refresher guys, last Monday the ETF inflows was a negative, And that is because there was drama unfolding between the United States of America and Iran, isn't it? And at that point of time, the prices of Bitcoin did actually go below the $100,000 mark. But since the last week, guys, the prices have definitely pumped up. And even the ETF inflows have pumped up as well. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, today it is only at $70 billion. And since the last 24 hours, it is actually down by 4.08%. Now look, guys, you need to understand that I'm looking at this number in the early hours of the buy. And technically, it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure, guys, over the next few hours, the 24-hour volume will definitely be pumping up. Now let's quickly run through some numbers regarding decentralized exchanges. Now the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchange today is only at $13.16 billion. Now if you look at the total value locked across decentralized finance, guys, today it is at a staggering $113.44 billion. And one matrix which I personally tend to keep an eye on is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance, because according to me, guys, this particular matrix gives an idea as to how many people are using decentralized exchange. Now today the number is 39.97%, but it's really important to understand, guys, out of this 39.97%, there is a very high possibility that centralized exchanges are using decentralized exchange, and that itself might account for 20%, maybe 25 to 30% as well. So we definitely need to factor all those things as well. Now so far as the real world assets total value locked is concerned, guys, since the last 7 to 8 weeks, this number has been relatively consistent, and today it is at $12.73 billion. Now ever since Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, did talk about tokenization, the entire narrative building up in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space is real world asset tokenization, isn't it? So what I plan to do is, guys, in the final week of July, I will be having a session on real world asset tokenization. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to eventbrite.com and search for events under blockchain DXB. These sessions will definitely be very informative. We'll go ahead and take a deep dive into what real world asset tokenization is, the different steps to go ahead and set up tokenization in real world assets, and we'll also go ahead and discuss, can Bitcoin's liquid network be used to go ahead and build on tokenization? As a matter of fact, guys, Tether is building on real world asset tokenization, but it is connected to Bitcoin blockchain. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges, and PancakeSwap, guys, is leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $7.56 billion. Uniswap is at number 2nd now, but surprisingly, guys, its volume is below the $2 billion mark. It is only at $1.94 billion. Radium is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $559.56 million. Pump is at number 4th, and its 24-hour volume is $348.59 million. At number 5th, guys, is Orca, and its 24-hour volume is $285.55 million. Now, if you look at the market cap of stablecoins, guys, since the last 72 hours, it has marginally pumped up. Today, it is at $253.63 billion. But if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, the numbers, to be honest, are completely disappointing. But Tether USDT is leading the pack with 62.50% dominance. And in terms of 24-hour volume, it is at $51.22 billion. Circle USDC, guys, is at number 2nd. And its 24-hour volume is $5.65 billion. And FDUSD is number 3rd so far as stablecoin volume is concerned. And its 24-hour volume is $2.22 billion. Now let's quickly run to the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now Bitcoin's market cap hasn't pumped up a lot, but the prices have definitely pumped up since the last 24 hours, and its market cap is at $2.15 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap, guys, last weekend it was below the $300 billion mark, isn't it? Today it has pumped up to well over $300 billion, and right now it is at $301 billion. Now look, guys, there is a very high possibility by the time you're listening to the episode, these numbers would have drastically changed, because on Monday a lot of trading activity kicks in, isn't it? And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume since the last 24 hours, guys, the numbers are something not to be excited about, because Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is only at $36.47 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is almost 1/3 of that. It is only at $13.07 billion. Now, strangely, guys, the dominance of Bitcoin has actually pumped up, and today it is at 62.40%, whereas the dominance of Ethereum is only at 8.72%. Now, since the last 2 weeks, guys, I'm running through some matrix regarding decentralized apps, isn't it? And according to me, guys, when we talk about decentralized apps, we are literally talking about apps, let's say, like LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger, Zoom, or even Skype to be working on decentralized protocols, isn't it? Unfortunately, guys, I'm not seeing any use cases as such. And since the last 2 weeks, guys, I'm looking at the top 5 decentralized apps working on different blockchain protocols. Now, there are different ways you can go and look at this data, guys. You can look at it with something called as UAW, that is Unique Active Wallet Interactions. But what I want to do is for the second week this time, guys, I want to look at the top decentralized apps based on the dollar value. So essentially what I'm looking at is a fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to smart contracts. And today, guys, we will be looking at the top 5 decentralized apps that are currently working on Cardano blockchain. And unfortunately, guys, some of the numbers are absolutely dreadful. Now check this out, guys. The number 1 dApp on Cardano blockchain is Liquid Finance, but it is spelled with a W rather than an U after Q. And Liquid Finance 24-hour volume, guys, is only at $12.72 million. Now, if you compare this with the first decentralized app working on Ethereum, guys, I believe it is around the $15 billion mark, isn't it? So the comparison does not even make any sense. Now, going back to the remaining 4 guys on Cardano blockchain, the second most decentralized app based on dollar value is Len5. And in terms of dollar amount, guys, it is only 72,600. The third one is Splash. In terms of dollar amount, it is 76,380. These are not even in $1 million, isn't it? So the numbers, guys, are absolutely dreadful and shocking. The fourth one is MinSwap. And in terms of dollar amount, it is $75,720. And finally, guys, at number 5 is Wing Riders. And in terms of dollar amount, it is below the $50,000 mark. It is only at $49,430. These numbers, guys, are absolutely dreadful considering the fact that Cardano blockchain was aiming to be the Ethereum killer, isn't it? Definitely disappointing numbers in my honest opinion. Now let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin, guys, has definitely pumped up since the last 24 hours. And it is up by 1.20%. And the price of Bitcoin right now is $108,563. And since the last 7 days, guys, it is actually up by 7.33%. Ethereum is at $2,501. And since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 2.94%. And since the last 7 days, guys, looks like Ethereum is pumped up the most. It is actually up by 11.87%. Now, so far as Ripple XRP is concerned, guys, since the last 7 days, it is definitely pumped up by 9.05%. But in terms of dollar value, it is not doing that great. It is only at $2.19. And roughly around a month ago, guys, they did go ahead and officially launch the stablecoin. And they very cleverly connected the stablecoin to XRP ledger using burning mechanism. And because of that, guys, people were anticipating the price of XRP to reach the $3 mark, maybe even $4 mark. But unfortunately, that thing did not happen. And this is one of the reasons, guys, why I often say is, whenever anyone is giving out any price predictions, take it with a pinch of salt. And whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice as well. And if you look at the price of Ripple since the last 24 hours, guys, it is actually up by 0.52%. But I'm pretty much sure, guys, the prices of Bitcoin as well as cryptocurrencies will definitely be changing in the next few hours, isn't it? Because the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world is always wild with a lot of speculations. But look, guys, there is no speculation regarding IMF, that is International Monetary Fund, and their stance regarding Bitcoin adoption. And historically, guys, they have been massive detractors of Bitcoin in particular. And there is a really interesting article that is actually published by Bitcoin Magazine. And the article talks about the International Monetary Fund and how they played a significant role, but often overlooked role in blocking or reversing national level Bitcoin adoption. And here's the crazy and sad thing, guys. The IMF is in a position to do that because they're leveraging the financial power through confidential loans and soft diplomatic pressure as well. But at the same time, guys, the article also talks about the grassroots Bitcoin usage continues to rise, especially in economically vulnerable regions. So let me do one thing, guys. Let me go ahead and give a brief of what this article is all about, because the article actually has a case study, guys, where the IMF has blocked or reversed Bitcoin adoption. And the article talks about Central African Republic country that did actually adopt Bitcoin going back to 2022, but they quickly faced pushback from regional regulators, and this is BEAC and COBAC, as well as the International Monetary Fund. And here's the thing, guys. The IMF cited legal and economic risks and tied its $190 million loan to policy compliance. And they also had a project called the Sango project, guys. And the Central African Republic's Bitcoin-based citizenship or e-residency initiative did actually fail. And this is most likely due to investor fight and judicial interference, isn't it? and who's to say potentially IMF may have influenced this as well. Now the article also talks about Argentina, guys. Now we know President Milei is definitely a massive fan of Bitcoin, and he did run his campaign as a pro-Bitcoin and anti-central bank platform. But here's the crazy thing, guys. No meaningful Bitcoin policies have been enacted yet. Now the article gives a very detailed reasoning as to why that thing has happened, and according to the author, guys, Argentina owns $45 billion to IMF, whose 2022 bailout terms explicitly require discouraging cryptocurrency usage. And because of that, guys, Bitcoin growth only occurs at grassroots level, isn't it? So these are some of the notorious tactics that IMF tends to use. Now we know about El Salvador as well, isn't it? And El Salvador was the first country to adopt Bitcoin in 2021. Now at the beginning, guys, El Salvador did maintain independence initially due to lack of IMF loans. However, guys, things did actually take a turn in 2024. And here's the thing, guys. For El Salvador to gotten access $1.4 billion in IMF loans, they did have to go and roll back multiple Bitcoin policies. And they also put a public sector ban on Bitcoin as well. And they also repealed the mandatory merchant acceptance as well. And the IMF also pressured them to freeze Bitcoin accumulation. Despite that, guys, President Nayib Bukele is still a massive advocate of Bitcoin. And he's still accumulating a lot of Bitcoin, isn't it? Now, if you know, guys, when El Salvador did actually make Bitcoin a legal tender, they did have a wallet called a Chiva wallet, but looks like that has been deprioritized now. So look, guys, so far as El Salvador is concerned, Bitcoin currently survives only in grassroots projects like Bitcoin Beach and nothing more than that. Now, the next news, guys, is connected to Pakistan. As a matter of fact, guys, since the last 2 months, while LinkedIn, I'm seeing so many positive news so far as Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption is concerned. CZ, the former CEO and founder of Binance, is actively involved in the council in Pakistan as well. And Pakistan, guys, are currently exploring Bitcoin mining and adoption. However, guys, you should know that there was war going on between Pakistan and India a few months ago. And the IMF did actually go out and give out some loans, isn't it? And in doing that loan, guys, they have expressed serious concern and is likely to use a $9.3 billion loan as leverage against cryptocurrency adoption. So the current status right now in Pakistan, guys, is yet to be determined. But based on all the other news, guys, it does look similar to what did actually happen in Central African Republic as well as Argentina, isn't it? Now look, guys, that thing being said, Bhutan looks like a brilliant exception. They do not have any IMF loan, and they definitely do not have any IMF pressure as well. And so far as Bhutan is concerned, guys, Bitcoin has been used to stabilize the economy, raise public wages, support healthcare and attract foreign direct investment. And Bhutan, guys, as we know, has been a silent miner of Bitcoin as well, isn't it? And looks like out of most of these countries, Bhutan has been silently accumulating a lot of Bitcoin. And right now, the government holds over $1.1 billion in Bitcoin, which is approximately 36% of their GDP. And here's the thing, guys, they're also earning from hydropower mining. So look, guys, this particular article is definitely really powerful. And the article also talks about reasons as to why the IMF actually fears Bitcoin. Because look, when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, it does disrupt the debt cycle via remittances, isn't it? And Bitcoin drastically reduces remittance cost. For instance, if you look at Nigeria, guys, they lose roughly around $1.8 billion yearly in remittance fees. This in Nigeria is a massive amount, isn't it? And when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, there is less need for US dollar. And that would directly mean there is less need for IMF loans. And Bitcoin undermines sanctions and dollar hegemony, isn't it? And Bitcoin enables sanctioned nations like Iran, Venezuela, Afghanistan and many other countries to bypass US financial system. So when you talk about Bitcoin at a macro level, guys, it does threaten IMF's geopolitical leverage. And just a few days ago, guys, even President Donald Trump did actually advocate for Bitcoin as well. But look, guys, countries like Argentina could have hedged fiat collapse with Bitcoin, because Bitcoin offers monetary sovereignty outside IMF's conditional lending structure, and it does convert energy into sovereign wealth as well. And so far as Bitcoin mining is concerned, guys, it does monetize excess energy without infrastructure loans. And so far as Bhutan is concerned, along with Paraguay and Ethiopia, guys, they have clearly demonstrated how Bitcoin mining can service debt, and they also empower local economies, isn't it? So look, guys, what I'd really recommend you to do is in the show notes below, there's an article written by Daniel Batten, who I believe is a climate tech investor, advisor as well as Bitcoin analyst. Definitely read through it and definitely support him as much as possible, because this particular article is absolutely brilliant in my honest opinion, and his details are in the show notes below as well. And the article, guys, concludes by talking about that IMF uses conditional loans, regulatory finance, and geopolitical alliances to stifle Bitcoin adoption at a state level. particularly in nations financially dependent on its support. However, guys, it is really important to know that IMF has no real tools to stop grassroots adoption now, which is growing globally despite institutional roadblocks. And so far as the future of Bitcoin adoption is concerned, guys, it may not lie in ground political gestures but in millions of local, distributed actions that render centralized gatekeepers irrelevant. So definitely interesting article, isn't it? Now, guys, let's go and discuss some news by Vitalik Buterin. And what I really urge you guys to do is, guys, in the show notes below you will see his blog. Keep in touch with what he is publishing. And in this particular article, guys, he's talking about that the best path forward is pluralistic identity. And according to the article, guys, zero-knowledge proofs are increasingly being used to protect privacy in digital identity systems, isn't it? Allowing users to verify the identity without revealing personal details. But look, guys, the article discusses, while this system is a win for privacy and anti-civil protections, it also argues that ZK-wrapped IDs still carry serious risk, and the main issue isn't how the ID is verified, that is biometrics or passports, but that enforcing a strict one-person ID model can reduce pseudonymity, and that increases vulnerability to coercion and amplify the impact of errors. Now this, to be honest, guys, does make a lot of sense, because look, I may want to have a different ID, let's say on X, a completely different ID on YouTube, and a completely different ID on Facebook, isn't it? And the article talks about, unlike today's flexible system where people can maintain multiple pseudonyms, ZK-ID could limit people to a single identity, and this raises privacy and safety concerns. And the article talks about alternatives like proof of wealth fail in governance or UBI-like contexts where identity, not money, is essential. And according to Vitalik Buterin, guys, the ideal system would allow people to have multiple IDs at increasing cost, limiting abuse while at the same time preserving anonymity. And the path forward, according to Vitalik Buterin, guys, is something called as pluralistic identity, where no single ID dominates, and users prove personhood through a mix of IDs, social graphs, or even zero-knowledge credential. And according to the article by Vitalik Buterin, guys, this approach balances privacy, security, and inclusiveness for better than one-size-fits-all all-identity model. And the ideal solution that Vitalik Buterin has come up is called as pluralistic identity. And essentially, guys, it is a system where no single ID dominates. Instead, identities come from diverse sources like social graphs, government IDs, or platforms, and this makes the system more resilient, flexible, and resistant to abuse. So let me know, guys, what are your thoughts regarding it? And the big question is, does digital IDs have risk even if ZK-wrapped? And the other question is, are zero-knowledge proofs enough to secure digital IDs? It's a really interesting topic in my honest opinion. Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss two interesting news. And the first thing is to do with cryptocurrency adoption. And Bybit, guys, which is one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, they have announced a limited time offer allowing users to buy cryptocurrencies like USDT, Bitcoin, as well as Ethereum using credit cards. And they have rolled this out in 25 local currencies. And this particular promotion, guys, includes real-time currency conversion, up to 10 USDT, cashback, as well as a 5 USDT bonus for first-time users. Now, this particular move looks like it aims to boost global cryptocurrency adoption by simplifying access to digital assets, isn't it? But here's the thing, guys. Users must complete identity verification to qualify, and this particular offer currently excludes to European economic areas as well. So definitely interesting news, and I'm pretty much sure, guys, because of this news, they'll definitely be onboarding quite a lot of users, isn't it? Now, the final news, guys, is from a company all the way from San Francisco, California, and Bolt, guys. They are a payment-based stablecoin platform, and they've announced a bold move to launch stablecoin support via new Bolt Connect product to simplify cross-border payments. And the reasoning is pretty common sense, isn't it? They do believe it streamlines onboarding in peers or marketplaces, offering faster and cheaper transaction. And the CEO Ryan Breslow, guys, says by implementing this move, he does actually have businesses scale easily. Now, the reason is pretty simple, guys, why they've done this, because under the Trump administration, guys, the US Senate did actually pass the Genius Act, isn't it? So definitely brilliant business decision making in my honest opinion. So these were the macro level news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain cryptocurrency world. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. And the first news, guys, is connected to World Liberty Finance Token and Aqua One Fund, guys. They have announced $100 million strategic World Liberty Finance Government Token purchase, and they want to help shape and accelerate decentralized finance adoption. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now, this investment enables Aqua One to participate directly in World Liberty Financial One's decentralized governance framework, And so was World Liberty Finance is concerned. It is essentially a decentralized platform inspired by the vision of President Donald Trump, isn't it? And this particular collaboration, guys, focuses on advancing blockchain development, real-world asset tokenization, and stablecoin integration as well. And they aim to bridge the gap between traditional finance systems and blockchain-based innovation. And this partnership, guys, targets improving global capital efficiency to decentralized infrastructure. Now, this particular investment marks a significant institutional step towards migrating real-world assets into decentralized finance as well as in it. And World Liberty Finance One co-founder, that is Zach Folkman, guys, stated that Aqua One's involvement validates the mission of financial innovation and crypto leadership. And this particular collaboration, guys, will be leveraging World Liberty Finance USD1 infrastructure to drive adoption in payment and treasury management system. And Aqua One and World Liberty Finance Token, guys, plan to co-invest in high-potential blockchain projects that align with their shared vision. And Aqua One founding partner, that is Dave Lee, highlighted the strategic opportunity to merge traditional markets with decentralized primitives. And Aqua One will have World Liberty Finance expand internationally, including into South America, Europe, Asia, and emerging regions. And here's the thing, guys, World Liberty Finance is also supporting the launch of Aqua One's Aqua Fund, which is a UAE-based vehicle focused on accelerating the digital economy. Now, the Aqua Fund will invest in blockchain, artificial intelligence, and Web3 to position the Middle East as a digital innovation hub, and plans are in place to list the Aqua Fund on secondary trading venues with Abu Dhabi Global Market. And Aqua One and World Liberty Finance Token, guys, will co-develop and incubate BlockRock, which will be a platform to tokenizing traditional real-world assets. And so far as USD1 is concerned, guys, it is a stablecoin fully backed by 1-to-1 by US dollar, as well as cash equivalents held by Bitcoin entities. And World Liberty Finance, guys, aims to deliver secure, transparent, and accessible decentralized finance tools to institutions and individuals globally. So definitely interesting move. And let's see what the future of this particular partnership is. Now, guys, let's go and discuss a really interesting move from Abu Dhabi. And this particular announcement, guys, was actually done a couple of months ago. And the Abu Dhabi government has announced the Abu Dhabi Government Digital Strategy 2025-2027. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this, because they aim to become the world's first fully AI native government. And this strategy, guys, is spearheaded by a department called as DOGE, that is Department of Government Enablement. And this will be in Abu Dhabi, guys. And this will be done in coordination with various government entities. And a total of $13 billion will be invested between 2025 and 2027 to drive digital transformation, innovation, and advanced technological adoption. And this initiative, guys, targets 100% digitization of automation of government processes across this department. And a key objective includes achieving 100% adoption of sovereign cloud computing, enhancing scalability, resilience, and data security. And this strategy, guys, will implement a unified digital ERP platform, streamlining workflows and improving the efficiency across government functions. And Abu Dhabi will deploy over 200 AI-powered solutions within government services to enhance delivery and decision-making. And the AI for All program, guys, will upskill government and employees and citizens, democratizing access to AI knowledge and tools. And His Excellency Ahmad Kisham Al-Qatar, who is the chairman of Department of Government Enablement, guys, emphasize the vision of seamlessly integrating AI-native government built on agility, foresight, and innovation. And the strategy builds upon more than a decade of digital transformation, evolving from e-government to smart services and now to AI-driven operations. An Abu Dhabi program for effortless customer experience exemplifies this ongoing evolution as well as in it. And by 2027, guys, the digital strategy is projected to contribute over 25 billion dirham in Abu Dhabi's GDP, underlying its economic impact. And it is also expected to create 5,000 new jobs, aligning with the Emirates' Emiratization goal and talent development efforts. And they have collaborated with Mohammed bin Zayed University of Artificial Intelligence, and they will focus on developing local AI expertise and leadership. And the partnership with Advanced Technology Research Council will support the development of large language models and foundational AI systems. And engagement with technology leaders, that is G42 and other institutional partners, will help deliver world-class infrastructure and ecosystem support. Now, through this comprehensive strategy, guys, I'm pretty much sure Abu Dhabi is positioning itself as a global benchmark in digital governance, economic sustainability, and public sector innovation, isn't it? So definitely genius move. And I'm really liking the naming strategy as well. DOGE, that is Department of Government Enablement, definitely barely news. So these were the newscasts on the Bitcoin blockchain, cryptocurrency, and artificial intelligence on blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So let's get started with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. I have a question by Stephen who asks, what are the key metrics we should be looking at in the month of July? This, to be honest, Stephen, is such an important question. Now, at a geopolitical level, you know what is going on right now between Israel and Palestine, isn't it? So from a geopolitical front, I would definitely recommend you to keep an eye on what is going on, not just between Israel and Palestine, but also, let's say, between Russia and Ukraine. Now look, whether you like President Donald Trump or not, he definitely is aiming for world peace, isn't it? So any news regarding geopolitical level, what I'd really recommend you to do is avoid watching fake news on mainstream media, because they put out a completely different narrative. Try to follow President Donald Trump via his Twitter or X account, or even through social if you have access to, and you'd be surprised. Over 90% of the information that mainstream media puts out is completely different, and that is one of the reasons why they're called as fake news, isn't it? So any geopolitical news, Stephen, will definitely directly and indirectly be impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now earlier today, Stephen, I did have a chat with a client of mine, and I did actually tell him that the inflation numbers, which will be released on the 15th of July, will definitely be impacting the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So what I'd really recommend you to do, Stephen, and even for our listeners, is go to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics website, and the official website is www.bls.gov. As a matter of fact, I do have the screen open with me right now, and what that report does actually state that the United States of America is definitely seeing a rise in productivity, and there are also some numbers going back to 2024 as well. And look, before the inflation data is out, Stephen, at the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, there is economic data that is out as well. And to be honest, Stephen, it does not take a lot of time. It takes a maximum of 10 to 15 minutes to go ahead and understand this data. And with President Donald Trump now in charge, things are definitely looking great for the US economy. So to answer your question, the first one is any geopolitical news. The second one is probably the most important one, that is the CPI numbers or inflation data. And this will be released on the 15th of July. And the only website I'd recommend you to do is, and even for our listeners, is the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. And you'd be surprised. A lot of the information that is put out by mainstream media is completely fake news, and under the Trump administration, the inflation has drastically fallen down. And just a few months ago, there was so much of news regarding tariffs, isn't it? And guess what? Because of tariffs, the inflation has consistently gone down as well. And look, Stephen, because of tariffs, the US has received over $10 trillion worth of investment. And apart from that, let me take a deep dive into when the next FOMC meeting is, because based on the CPI numbers and many other data, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be making a decision whether to keep the interest rate, reduce it, or increase it. And the next FOMC meeting will actually take place on the 30th of July. So definitely keep an eye on these dates. And I'm pretty much sure 1 or 2 days before these dates, there will be a lot of manipulation, a lot of trading activity taking place, isn't it? So to answer your question, Stephen, the first one is to look at the geopolitical news. The second one is the CPI data as well as economic outlook data as well, which is released via the Bureau of Labor Statistics website. And then is the FOMC data, which is scheduled to take place on the 30th of July. And along with that, Stephen, go to the official White House website and look at information that is connected to tariffs as well. And President Donald Trump will be implementing and negotiating tariffs on and off, isn't it? So those are 4 things I would recommend you to keep an eye on, particularly in the month of July. And these are news that directly and indirectly impacts the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So definitely excellent question. And that's about all, guys. I'm the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We also look some geopolitical news. We also look at some macro level news in the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, or even artificial intelligence. We also take a deep dive into different partnership announcements as well. And then, guys, we also look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East from the world of Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and latest technological advancements. And we also look at upcoming news in the world of artificial intelligence, particularly from the Middle East. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.